Hi guys, so this is the finished product of the dress. It's a very simple dress. So this is a crochet project. Used the half double crochet stitch to crochet the whole of this dress, and this is just £4 that this dress cost me. So I bought 4 skein of yarn. Each was 100 gram and it was long 300 meters. So I created enough chain that was long from year to year. So I created enough chain that can go from year to year, and I started the half double crochet. I created one part of the front up to where this v-neck is, and then I created the other part to where this v-neck is, doing half double crochet first to 13 rows with no increase, and then creating increase on every rows so I can have this V neck on it. So I created increase on every after the 13 row of no increase, I did increase on every row for 12 rows, and that gave me 12 on this side and 12 on this side, 24, which I have at the back, on the back part of this my neck. So that is how I did that. And then I just did half double crochet, did a little bit of increase for the armhole area, do all the way down, did increase for the hip area. So this is a size medium to large. You can see it's very stretchy, so it can go for another size, 1 or 2 size, but I'm a medium and this is a medium to large. So I attached the pocket later on. What I did the pocket, my yarn was not almost enough, so I had to use another color to add to the pocket, but that is not showing because the pocket is inside. It does feel a bit bulky, so if you have a little bit thinner yarn that you want to use to make a pocket, you can just make this to make maybe few rows where you can be seeing here, and then use the thin yarn to create your pocket so it's not too thick. Right there you can see it's thick, but it is still great. So this is a very spring and summer dress. The slip there, so what I did was I closed 2 stitches on both sides to have that, and then when I finished doing everything, the increase towards the down here, I just attached my hook to the back, did half double crochet to where we started from, do it half double crochet all the way down till do increase at the armhole, do increase on the hip area, and just walk all the way down. So that is how I got this beautiful dress. So this is a very beginner friendly, it's a very simple stitch to use, and you can still get something beautiful to wear out. Today I'm going to church with this, so you can still wear this and go to anywhere with it and look good. You can add a belt to your tummy area there if you have maybe any belts. I've given out all my belts because I was never using them. So yeah, if you have belts, you can add that to it. This is the end result, guys. I hope you guys will like this tutorial. This is my first official tutorial. I talk a lot. I think I was just showing a whole lot of things that I could have maybe skipped, but bear with me. On the next tutorial, we are going to do a little bit more complex stitch. We're going to be using complex stitch a little bit more, but once you follow it, you will still get it and you will still understand it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. To get our project started, we will need some stitch markers, we will need our cutter or scissors, and then we will need our yarn. So I bought 4 of this yarn. Each one of them is 100 gram and it's long 300 meters. So I bought 4 and they cost me £1 each, so £4 in total. So it's recommended size 4mm hook. I'm going to be starting my project with this 4mm hook, but later when I'm getting towards the armhole area, I'm going to be switching to size 5. That's just to make the work to be wider. So right now we're going to get started. To start, we're going to create enough chains like I explained in the video before. Enough chain that will go from one part of your back shoulder to the other part of your back shoulder. So for me, I ended up creating 46 chain. That was enough for from one part of my back to the other part. So you're just going to create enough chain, try it on your back, and if you think it's enough, then you're good to go. So to get started, we're going to be doing a half double crochet from on the third stitch from the hook. So to create your half double crochet, you put your hook through the yarn, you have 3, and then you yarn over, put it through the stitch, you pull it out, you have 3. I'm just doing it again. Yeah, that's it. So your yarn over, go through the stitch, you're going to pull out a yarn and you have 3, and you pull your yarn and pull through the 3. That's how to do your half double crochet. I'm going to half double crochet all the way through the rows of this chain till I get to the end, and then I'll show you guys how I'm going to divide this project now. So now that I'm at the end, I'm going to chain 2 and I'm going to put my yarn out to just so I can be able to explain to you guys what I'm going to be doing in this next stage. So in this part, I'm going to lay your work down. I'm going to be dividing this roll into 3. I'm going to be dividing it into 3 parts. One is going to be for my right front part, and the other one is going to be my left front part, and the middle is just going to be the neck opening, the back neck opening. So what I did is I counted the level chains from the right side, and on the level chain I put a stitch marker, and from the left side I counted 11 half double crochet, sorry, and then I put a stitch marker as well. So I have 11 on both sides, and the middle was 22 half double crochet. That middle is going to be the neck opening. We are not going to be doing anything there now. We're only going to be doing the both sides, but first we'll be doing one side, and whatever we did on this first side, on this left side that I'm showing right now, is what we're going to be repeating on the right side. So you're just going to go and start again, or take the video back again, and then just do the same thing that you did on this left side to the right side. So once you have this, yeah, we're going to do half double crochet for some rows, for like 13 rows, and then we're going to start doing increase in order for us to get half the amount that is at that middle neckline. So to get started, we're just going to create we've already chained 2. Yeah, we're going to flip our work around, and we're going to do half double crochet into that very chain 2 space. That chain 2 is not a stitch, so we're going to be working half double crochet into that chain 2 stitch all through this project, and then we're just going to do half double crochet into every other chain until we get to the stitch marker, the first stitch marker that we have, which was 11 half double crochet rows. So we're going to be doing 11 half double crochet in this row. Then when we get there, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn our work around and do half double crochet till we get to this very end that is at our right hand right now. Yeah. And we're going to repeat that for as many rows that we need before we start creating the increase for our v-neck as well. So I'm going to be doing that for 13 rows. So I'll be back when I get to the 13th row. This is me at the 13th row. I'm almost completed the 13th row. So I just did the regular half double crochet to the end, chain 2, continue half double crochet to the end, chain 2. That was how I get to this 13th row. I'm going to complete this 13th row now, and from the 14th row I'm going to be doing my increase. So in order for me to get the middle part, I'm going to be doing the increase on every row till I think I have enough. So now that we have got it to the end of the day, we're going to chain 2. We'll flip our work around. We're going to be doing 2 half double crochet into that chain 2 space. That chain 2 is not a stitch, so in order for us to have increase, we need to do 2 into that space. So we'll do 2 half double crochet into that space, and we'll do 2 half double crochet all the we'll do 2 half double crochet into that very first chain 2 space, and we're going to do half double crochet all the way till we get to the end. So yeah, you're gonna do it all the way to the end. Once you get to the end, chain two, turn your work around, do your half double crochet till you are getting towards this end again. On the last stitch before the chain two, you're gonna do your increase, you chain two, you turn it around, you do your increase into the chain two space. You're going to do that till you get half of this amount of the back neck. So that back neck is 24, so we're going to do increase for 12 rows. That's going to give us half of that back neckline before we do the other side again. So this is me now. I have done increase on every single row for 12 rows. This is the 12 row that I am getting into, and that's giving me extra 12 stitches to my to add to my 11, which is the half, which is half of the half double crochet that I have for my back opening. So I need to get it back. If you chain, maybe you have 30 at the back neck, so you're going to do, or you need to make it even, like you have 32 in your back neck, so you're going to do increase for at least 16 rows. Just anyway, you need to get half of what you have for your back neck. So once we do that, I'm getting towards the end now. I'm going to do my last two increase there. So my two half double crochet into that very stitch. And then we're still going to be doing a half double crochet into the chain two space that we'll have there. And that is it. We've finished all our increase. So you can see that the work is increased. It gradually increased and gave you that curve for the v-neck. And what does it? We've done 12 rows of increase. I put the stitch marker where I started, just so when I'm doing the opposite side, I am sure. But if you don't have stitch marker, you can just write the 13th, write it down, whatever row you did, write it down, and just make sure you're going to do the same thing at the other back, because you need to do the curve. This side is very straight because we didn't do any increase on the side, and the middle is giving us those curves. So to end this row, we're going to chain one, pull out our yarn, cut it off, and tighten it, and that is the end of this first front part. Whatever we've done here, we're going to go and do it on the right hand side. So to do that, this was the left side we were doing, so we're going to flip our work around, and just make sure that you arrange your work, your half double crochet rows, previous half double crochet rows is nice and straight. So yeah, and we're going to repeat whatever we did on that left side into that right hand side now till we get to the stitch marker. Continue for as many number of rows that we did before. To get that one started, we're just going to create our slip knot, and we're going to attach our yarn to the very first chain two space that we skipped, that was supposed to be our first half double crochet. Once you attach your yarn, you're just going to chain two, and then you're going to do half double crochet into that very stitch there. I'm going to walk my excess yarn along just to hide it, so I don't have too much of hidings to do later, but you can just keep it apart if you want. So you're going to do half double crochet into every chain, every half double crochet below, till you get to where your stitch marker is. So you're going to be doing it for a total of 11 half double crochet. So once you get to that end, you're going to chain two, turn your work around, you're going to do half double crochet into the very other rows till you get to the end, chain two, and you're just going to repeat the exact same thing that you did on the left side into this right hand side. So the same number of rows you did with no increase, the same number of rows you did with increase. And once you have all that, you're going to compare your work and make sure that it's the same. So yeah, nothing difficult to do in this stitch. Is really beginner friendly. If you know how to do your single crochet, your half double crochet, and your double crochet, you can realize you can be able to achieve this dress. It's very simple dress, you can wear it to anywhere. So nothing fancy. I just wanted to start with something cute but simple at the same time. So yeah, this is me. You're gonna do this for the same thing you did at the front end. That will be the end of it. If you think the work is too fast, you don't understand it, all you need to know is just know how to do your half double crochet stitch. So I have done a video before of how to do the half double crochet stitch, the single crochet stitch, and even the double crochet stitch. So the next project we're going to be doing will be using probably a fancy stitch, or we'll do a short video of how to do that at first before we start the project, because I won't be explaining how to do it inside the project. I'm just going to show maybe the very first stitch that I did, and then I'm going to have to fast it, so it's not too long. This video is very long now because it's the first time, so I won't be explaining much. If you don't understand how to do this half double crochet, go and check the other videos of how I did the half double crochet stitch, or you can check other videos. There are a lot of videos. So yeah, this is me. I've done the row of increase. This is the last row of increase, which is the 12th one. So I'm just getting towards the end, and then do half double crochet, two half double crochet into the last stitch, and you're going to half double crochet into the chain 2 stitch, chain 1, and you're going to cut off your excess yarn. So once you finish doing that, you're just going to lay out your project. Try to put one on top of the other just to be sure that you have the same thing, or just count it. Make sure that you have the exact thing anyway. So you can see that my v-neck is already showing there. The neckline is already defined. So what you can do is, you see the two excess line at the middle part where the middle meets, you can just use both to create a knot. You can tie both together just to join it together, but I didn't do that. I just think if you do that, that would make it a little bit more easier, but I didn't do that. So I just attached my yarn, did my single half double crochet, get to that middle part, do it on the last stitch, pick the other part of the dress, go to the very first chain 2 space, do my half double crochet all the way around. So that was what I did, but it's very easy to join it together. So this is me here. I've attached my yarn already, so I'm going to chain 2, then I'm going to do half double crochet into that chain 2 space, and half double crochet all the way till I get to the end of these pieces. So this is me getting towards the end of this first part. So you're going to do your half double crochet into that one there, half double crochet into the chain 2 space as well, and then you're just going to pick the other part and continue doing your work. Nothing fancy, nothing difficult at all. It's just like you're working on a very straight roll, just that this is 2 pieces that you're joining together. So yes, you're going to take your excess yarn towards the back. I'm just going to walk over the excess yarn to hide it now, but if you have created a knot already, you can just cut it off and just do your regular half double crochet. So this is it. You just go through the very first chain 2 space there, you yarn over, you pull it out, you have 3 on your hook, tighten those excess yarn just to make sure there's no looseness at the middle part, and then you're going to pull yarn over your hook and pull it through the 3 of it, and that's your half double crochet of joining it already. That is it. You've already joined it, and you're just going to do a regular half double crochet all the way to the end. So you can see how I joined it together. You are seeing that excess rope there of the rope that was remaining on the previous roll. So it doesn't matter. Once we finish, we're going to do single crochet all the way around the neck, and that's just going to tighten it up again. So there's nothing, no looseness is going to be showing. So you just do your regular half double crochet to the end of that row. You're going to chain 2, turn your work around, and do your half double crochet into the other roll as well. You're going to do this for as much as you think you need to get your armhole area, and also to be sure that this is wide enough for your chest and your bust area. If it's wide enough to cover your bust area, then that is fine. If not, you're going to do a lot of do as much increase as you need. So right now I'm just doing my regular half double crochet, and I'll be doing this for about 4 rows before I will now start my increase for my armhole area. So yeah, do your regular half double crochet. If you get to that middle, just do your half double crochet on any stitch you see there. Every stitch, just do your half double crochet. You're going to do it for as many rows as you need. So I'll be back when I get to mine. I think I did 4. Yes guys, so this is me. That's my 4th row. That is 1 2 3 4. So it's 4 rows of regular half double crochet that I have done. I'm going to complete this roll, and from my next row I'm going to be doing increase for the armhole area, just to give me that curve for under the arm. So we'll finish our half double crochet here. So I've already switched to size 5mm hook just before I completed those last 2. So yeah, I'm on my 5mm hook now. We're going to chain 2. Once we chain 2, we'll turn our work around, and then we're going to be doing our increase now on that chain 2 space. So we'll be doing 2 half double crochet into that stitch there. Yeah, after the increase, we're just going to do a regular half double crochet all the way till we get to the second to the last stitch. That is the last one before the chain 2 on the previous row. That is where we're going to be doing our increase again. So we'll do 2 half double crochet there, and then we're going to do a regular half double crochet into the chain 2 space. So that is how we did the increase. So that's our first row of increase on both sides. We're going to do this for a total of 4 rows. So I'm doing 4 rows of increase. So you're going to chain 2, turn your work around, and if you think this is going to be wide enough for your bust area already, try it. Put it against yourself and try it. If you think it's enough for you, you're just going to do this last row of increase, which is just going to be 2, to give you that little bit curve of your armhole area. But if it's not wide enough for your bust area, like me, it's not wide enough, so I'm going to end up doing 4 rows of increase. So So this is my second row of increase that I'm still doing. So I put a stitch marker on the first row that I did, just so I can remember. If this is wide enough for your bust area already, you're going to stop your increase here. But if it's not, that's when you continue like me. So I put the stitch marker at the very first row that I did. That's because when I go to do the back pieces, I won't be showing how I'm doing the back pieces because it's going to be exactly the same thing I'm doing here. So the same place I did my increase in this in this front part, the same number of rows I'm going to do, and then I'll start doing the increase at the back rows on that same number of rows. Wherever I stop my increase in this front part is where I'm going to be stopping my increase at the back parts, and then walk straight wherever I walk straight here. Whatever I did here is what I'm going to be doing at the back. The only difference is that I'm not having that v-neck at the front that we have at the front. The v-neck we have at the front won't be at the back. So that's the only difference. Every other thing, I'm just going to be doing the same thing that I did at the front to the back. So I won't be showing the back. So this is my 4th row of increase. I've done 4 rows of increase now, and that is wide enough for me. So if it's still not wide enough for you, like I said, just try it over yourself. Put it around your neck, align it to your chest, or through your flat it through your chest, and put it through your bust area. If you think it's not wide enough to get to your under your armpit, you're gonna need to do more increase. If you think it's too wide, you're gonna do less increase, which means you probably have to lose it back and not do increase in some rows. So now that I have done my 4 increase, now that I've done my 4 increase, I'm just going to do a regular row of half double crochet with no increase anymore. So it's half double crochet. I'm not working on that stitch anymore. Go to the next stitch. Yeah, I'll go to the next stitch and I'll do my regular half double crochet. Go to the other stitch, half double crochet. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Once you get to the end, you do your half double crochet all the way to the end. Chain 2, and you're going to turn your work around. You're going to do the same row of half double crochet all the way to the end. You're just going to do that till you get to your hip area. So when I got to, this is the end of my dress right now, guys. So my dress, that was the the neck that we started, the 2 shoulder part, and then we joined it together to get that v-neck, and then we just did some 4 rows, and then we did the increase for the armhole, and we walked straight with no increase till I get to that hip area. So for the hip area, I did 6 rows of increase again. I didn't show it because it's the same increase that I did on the armhole area. So I just did, instead of 4 rows there, I did 6 rows here. So I did 6 rows of increase, and then I just, after the 6th row, I just walk all the way down straight with no increase, no decrease, for as long as I think I want it to be. So that is the place I'm going to be stopping for my opening, because I left the split at the side. So I'm just going to measure my work just so you know it. There's no need for me telling you this is how many rows I did, because everybody's work is different. So you're just going to be doing for the length that you think you need. So from the v-neck all the way to where I'm stopping right now, to where I am right now, that is the measurement on the screen. So I'm still going to be measuring it from the shoulder part, right from the beginning of our project. So we're going to place our measuring tape at the very beginning there and just pull it all the way down. Make sure you don't skip any rows, and that is it. Towards the end there, you see how long the dress is now on the screen. So that was how I got that far. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be creating the splits for the sides. So I'm going to pull out my yarn. Yeah, pull out my yarn, and I'm going to complete that roll that I am in right now. So I'll be chaining 1. Yeah, I'll be chaining 1. Chain 1 just to allow me to turn my work around. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches just to close those 2 stitches off. So to slip stitch, you're going to go in with your hook, pull your yarn out. You have to, with the one you pull out, drop the one that was on your hook before. That's your slip stitch. So that's the first one done. We're going to slip stitch into the second one as well. So going with our hook. We don't need to yarn over for the slip stitch. You're just going in with your hook like that. So you're going to pull your yarn out, and you have to then you're going to drop the one that was on your hook before. So now I have closed those 2 stitches. That's how I got that wide opening. But you can just probably walk straight and just not sew it all the way. You still have the opening, probably not as wide as mine was. I don't know, but it's not going to be a big difference anyway. After that, we're just going to do a regular half double crochet till we are getting towards the end of this rows. We're not going to walk all the way to the end because we need to create the same 2 that we created here. So now that I'm getting towards the end of this row, I have 4 stitches left to do. You can see those 4 V's. Those are the 4 that is left to do. So I'm just going to do my regular half double crochet into the next 2, and I will be skipping the other 2. I won't do anything to it. So that's just going to give me the same opening as the other part. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to chain 2. I'll turn my work around, and I'm just going to do my regular half double crochet into that chain 2 space, and all the way till I get to where the last half double crochet is for this row. So you can decide how many rows you want to do with the split. I'm just like counting for like those next 10 rows here. I think that will be enough for my opening. So I did that for 10 rows. This is the end of the project, guys. I've done the front part, and everything that I did in the front part, I went and do it at the back part. So there's nothing fancy or different that I did there. So wherever I did the increase on the front, I did it at the back part, so I can have that curve. And then I just walk regular straight till where I have the opening at the front part. I also did the same closing two stitch before at the beginning, and then leaving 2 stitch at the end to give you that opening that you have at the side there. So, and then I walk regular double crochet for 10 more rows. So yeah, nothing fancy, guys. That was how I got this simple but still beautiful dress. So what I did is I just got to the back part of the neck, attach my yarn, do my regular half double crochet all the way down to where I started the increase for the armhole. Did the increase for the same row, walk straight through the sides till I get to the hip area where I did the increase. I did the same increase at the back part, and that was how I got that. Then I just walk a regular straight rows all the way again till where I get to the opening. Did the opening, did the 10 rows of regular half double crochet, and that was the end of my project, guys. So this is me getting towards the end. I'm just I've not cut off my yarn, so I'm going to cut off my yarn now, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the neckline. So guys, this is the neck part where we started. You're just going to arrange your work and make sure it is nice and straight, and then we're going to do a single crochet all around the neckline. That's to clean it up and give it that definition that it needs, because the neckline doesn't have any V showing around it. The back does. You can see there's that V stitch showing at the back, which makes it to be neater, but the front, the V neck, the front neck area doesn't. So we're going to do our single crochet all around it. To do a single crochet, you just need to attach your yarn and do a regular single crochet anywhere. Go through the closest row to you and do your single crochet. So I did a single crochet all around the neck. I even did it at the back part. The back part was already clean, but I just thought the single crochet give it more beauty and more definition, and it also helps to tighten it a little bit. So I just did a single crochet all the way around, and you can see the dress is looking clean at the neckline already. So what we're going to do next, we are going to sew our sides together. So you're going to choose which side is going to be your front. For me, I decided to flip my work around where there was no excess yarn showing at the middle or anywhere. So that is me. I flip my work around, and you're just going to align it together and make sure that the increases are where on the front and the back are together. Make sure that the splits are together in the same place. Make sure that you're not skipping anything. Once you think everything is nice and straight, so you're just going to do your sew it together. And you can use any method that you like. Whatever method works for you is great. For me, I use the slip stitch, but you can just use your yarn needle put your yarn into it and just sew it, or you can use your single crochet method, so you can just do single crochet all across. I use the slip stitch method. I think that is secured enough and it's not too bulky. So guys, I forgot to leave the space for the pocket at this point. This is where you're supposed to count how many rows you want to leave for your pocket, and just put your stitch marker so you don't sew that part. But I forgot and I sew it all the way to the end. So it was after I finished everything, I've done the sleeve, that I remember that I wanted to put pocket. So I had to go and lose it from the bottom part again, all the way to the point where I want to put my pocket, and then add my pocket before I sew it again. So anyway, you'll be seeing that towards the end. If you are doing it this way, just make sure that if you finish here, go and create your pocket. You can move forward to see how I created, how I show you, how I explain the pocket. It's not difficult. So create your pocket, leave the sew it to it, and then just sew everything at the end. So it's much easier for you. So guys, to sew it, I'm just attaching my yarn, and I'm going to be using the slip stitch method. So we chain one, and then we just take our hook and go through any space that we think our hook can go through, as close to the end as possible, so it's not too bulky. So once you have that, you're just going to drop the one on your hook before, and that's your slip stitch. So that was how I sewed the side. I did that all the way to the end, but you can just do it to where you left your stitch marker for your pocket, and then cut it off, attach your pocket, and sew your pocket, attach it to it, and then continue from where your pocket ends and just sew it all the way down. But this is how I did mine at first. I kept forgetting and trying to do single crochet, but no, you just need to do your regular slip stitch. But after a few rows, you get used to doing just the slip stitch. So yeah, you're not going to work it all the way to that bottom part. You're only going to work it where that slip stitch, where you did that closing for the opening. So that's what I did all the way down. Guys, the whole sewing is finished. I've sewed both sides. Like I said, I forgot to leave the space for the pocket, so I sewed mine all the way down. And that's me flipping it around, just showing you how it looks from the inside. You're not seeing any space or any yarn. It's nice and secure. So what I'm going to do is, on this other side, I did from bottom down, bottom upward. So I didn't cut my yarn off. I'm just going to pick my yarn up again and create my sleeve. To create the sleeve, you're just going to do half double crochet all around that opening that we have for the armhole. So to do that, we chain 2 first. We're going to first chain 2. And for this sleeve, I won't be doing a regular half double crochet into that chain 2 space. I'll be doing it to anyone that is closest to it, but I won't be doing it in that one. That's because I don't want my work to just remain that wide open. I want it to shrink a little bit for some rows, and then before I will start working half double crochet into the same stitch to give me the same length, to give me the same width without any decrease. But right now I'm not doing half double crochet into that chain 2 stitch. You can see it's a bit far from it. I did it on any other stitch that was close to it. Then I'm going to do half double crochet all the way to the end. When I get to the end, I will attach it to that chain 2 space, and then I will chain 2, and I'll do my half double crochet on the next half double crochet that was there. I did that for 10 rows, and then on the other 10th row, I did the chain 2, and I'll do half double crochet into that chain 2 space, and then half double crochet all the way to the end and join to the chain 2 space. So I did that for another 10 rows. I didn't show how I did the sleeve. That was when I had the cold. I wasn't really too well to sit down and film, but I could walk once in a while I was just relaxing in bed. So that was when I did the sleeve, so I couldn't film it. But yeah, that was just a regular half double crochet. I did the rows without doing the half double crochet into the chain 2 space, and that was gradually reducing my stitches. I did that for 10. I did the one that I would chain 2, do half double crochet into the chain 2 space as well. I did that for 10 rows, and on the last 10 rows I did the chain 2, do half double crochet into the chain 2 space, half double crochet all the way. Once I'm getting to the last one, instead of doing regular one half double crochet, I will do 2. So I did 2. That was me doing increase on that last one, and then I will slip stitch into the first chain 2 that was at the beginning of that row. So I did that for another 10 rows. That was what gave me the pointing effect on my sleeve. So, and that was what gave me the short sleeve. If you want to do it for long sleeve, you can do it, continue doing that reduction system till you think you have enough weight, and just walk all the way straight down as long as you want. But it's springtime, we're getting to spring and summer, so I wanted something that can be light, that you can just throw on to go out to the shop, to the anywhere you're going to. You can use it to church, you can use it to an office, wherever you're going to, you can use it for anything. So it's nice and simple, not too fancy or elegant, and it's very cheap. This only costs you £4 plus all your love and hard work. So nothing too fancy in this dress, but it's still cute. So that was how I achieved the sleeve, guys. And after I did the sleeve, that was when I did the pocket. So yeah, I'll be showing you the pocket that I achieved at the end of it. Nothing too fancy for the pocket as well. So guys, this is the finished product so far, and that's my sleeve. Like I said, you gradually see the rows of decrease at the end. You see the rows where there was no decrease, and you see the rows of increase where the points, the tip started to point out. So that was how I got that sleeve part, but it's not too fancy at all. I'm sure everyone can understand how to get that sleeve. Anyway, so right now what we're going to be doing, that's the much yarn that I have left after I've created my pocket. I was scared it's not going to be enough, so I didn't use all of it to finish one pocket. I did half a pocket with this color of yarn, and I decided to complete it with another one. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have to loose from this down all the way to where I think I'm going to be doing the pocket. I've done one side already because I didn't leave the space, so I have to lose it from the bottom. You're just going to lose to the rows where you think you started your pocket here, and you're going to leave your stitch marker there, stop losing from there, and then attach your pocket. So that is my pocket, guys. Something simple, nothing fancy. I just did I left 16 rows at the front and 16 rows at the back, giving me 32 chains to create for my pocket to go around. Instead, I created 34. So it was 32 that I have, but I created 34. So that, even though it's going to be squeezed in a little bit, but it's 2, it's not nothing fancy, nothing to notice about. So to create the pocket, I did the 34 chains, and then I did regular half double crochet into the, I joined the chains together, and then I did regular half double crochet in round for 3 rows. After the third row, I started to do decrease on the right side, or the part that is going to be facing my towards my head. You can see how it started to curve on one side. The other side, I did not do any decrease. So yeah, once you finish, once you've done for some rows, put your hand into it. If you are satisfied by the depth of it, you're just going to join the two hands together with a slip stitch. So that is what I did. Right now, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to align it and how I'm going to sew it together. This is the front part. I'm showing you now at the front part, but I'll be flipping it around and showing you at the back part. So I'm using the stitch marker to hold it in place, just so one side doesn't shift while I'm doing the other side. So this is just me giving myself hard work because I didn't remember about the pocket. I had the intention to put the pocket from the beginning, but I forgot while it was time for me to join it together. So this is me giving myself hard work. Once it is aligned together, you can see that's the front. So you're going to turn the back side out, and just arrange it from the back part and start sewing it from the back part. You don't want the seam to show at the front, right? So we're going to sew it where there was seam before, which is the back. Once you've sewed it all the way around, you're just going to keep doing slip stitches for like 2 or 3 more time, just to make sure that it's totally secure. So you pull out your yarn, cut it off, and that is it. Your pocket is nice and secured. So yeah, so you just need to sew your sides together. Bye.